Hey there, Mr. Witherow here. We're going to write equation from a graph. Now you're saying, okay, we've already done this, Mr. Witherow, and you're right, we have. We've already done this. We've done this when it's been a pretty basic graph. But what happens when they give us graphs that like this, right? If we look closer here, we can see here that they're not going up by ones anymore. Now they're going up by what? Looks like every other one is 8, so that means these in between are 4s, right? So going along the y-axis, it looks like it's going 4, 8, and then this would be 12 and 16, and this would be 20, and so on and so forth. So you have to pay attention to the scale. So for the y's, it's looking like by 4s, but by the x's, it looks like it's 3s, right? So you can see this is 6, 12, 18, 24. So that means in between here, this one is a 3, and this one would be what, 9? And this would be 15. All right, so we have to be careful. We have to make sure that we look at the graph and we just don't go hog wild here because we know what's going to happen here. We have to look at the scale. Now, to write the equation, we just simply have to remember the y equals mx plus b. Remember, they're going to want it in slope-intercept form. So that's y is equal to mx plus b. So what is the b? The b is the intercept. So where does this cross the y-axis? Well, it looks like it crosses right here at -8. All right, so that's pretty cool. We can do that. -8, so y is equal to something x minus 8, because we can see that. So now what's our slope? So this is where it gets a little bit, you have to be really super careful with this, because we can't just go up one and over so many. We have to look at the scale here. So we look at the backdrop here, we look at the line and where it's going through. And sure enough, it looks like we can use this point and we could use this point. It looks like it just crosses right here all the way through. So we have to get to, and it's a positive slope because it's going uphill. So that means we go up this many and over this many. Well, how many did we go up? Remember, this is a scale of 4. So not just 1. So that's a scale of 4. And then along the x, it's a scale of 3. So really, our rise over the run is 4 over 3, not 1 over 1. We have to look at the scale. So 4 over 3, it's a positive direction, so we write 4 over 3 right here in our equation. So there's the equation of this line. Y is equal to 4/3 x minus 8. And that's good for anywhere. If we would have gone from here up 1 over 4, or up 1 over 1, but in this case the 1 is 4 units and the 1 is 3 units. That's how we have to look at that. All right, so the big thing when we're talking about writing from graphs is that we have to make sure we pay attention to the scale and make sure that we're just not counting how many lines there are, but what those lines represent. All right, so be careful. That's how they're going to trick you on this. All right, keep having fun with math.